What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the 3rd of December. We're taking a look at Aerodrome Finance here in this video this morning. We're going to kick this video off looking at two other websites real quick before we jump into the chart and do some TA for Aerodrome. So we are on coinmarketcap.com and we are looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart. So in the past month, we have seen Bitcoin dominance according to this data here. So a month ago, it was at 59%. Last week, 57. Yesterday, 55. And it looks like maybe we're at 54.5 here this morning. So it's pretty typical. You'll see Bitcoin dominance fall as altcoins start to rise. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the cryptocurrency market. So I just wanted to bring this up. And, there is quite a bit of altcoins that have not went on runs, and there also are some that have went on massive runs so far. So we're seeing Bitcoin dominance continue to decrease. Again, coinmarketcap.com. Let's check out the crypto market fear and greed index. So we are sitting in extreme greed still. Looks like we hit a high yesterday of 80. Last week, 79, and right now we're at 76. So we're sitting up here in extreme greed. We can sit up here for a very long time. It's when we're at the opposite end of the spectrum. Extreme fear, that's when bottoms come in. But just know that there is extreme greed in this market. We're not the highest. Yes, looks like yesterday was our highest, at least in the past month. 76, guys. There is some greed in the markets for sure. Heading over to the charts, Aerodrome Finance / the United States dollar daily chart, Coinbase. We had a nice day yesterday, obviously making higher highs. We did close a little bit better than I believe when I recorded my video in the early morning hours. Again, still major market resistance at 171.6. That's this green line here on the chart. We have a nice major break of this high here on the 10th of November. The high of that day was 158. We actually took that out, I believe, yes, on Sunday, hitting a high of 159. Yesterday, our high was 173. Today, we're up a little bit, 2.3%. We have a lower daily high today. We have a higher daily low, so this is an inside day. This is inside the previous day's range. It's an inside trading day, although we are above a potential level of resistance at 162.3. That's this blue line here. We're also just above a level of support below the market, 158.1. So right now, our key level to keep an eye on, guys, as a break to the upside, so this market can continue to rally, is we need to turn 171.6 into support. We need to take out the highs from yesterday, from Monday, 173.0. That is that. I don't, there's no guarantees this market will continue to the upside. We need to see a new daily higher high. Most reversals will happen from a daily lower high. Sometimes you'll get the top. Let's look at this real quick, and then we'll jump back into, I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Right here, so this is not exactly what we saw yesterday, because we closed up in the green, where this day we closed down in the red. This day right here, big concern. It was a massive breakout to the upside. We broke lower. Excuse me. We closed basically unchanged. It was a big outside day, big reversal, and ended up, kind of a big nothing burger for the day. That was the top for that. That's not quite what we saw yesterday, but it also wasn't too far off. It could mean there is some exhaustion here in this market. For the time being. Something you want to keep an eye on is, if this market continues to break to the upside today, taking out the highs from yesterday, that is going to be quite bullish. So the real key takeaway here is you want to see yesterday's highs broken, which is going to put the price above 170.16 resistance. It's very important we take out those highs. It's also very important that we close above that high. Until then, obviously we have a top in place, and it was yesterday. Okay, we can look back right here on the 10th of November. We have the highs that came in. Our levels 156, 158. The actual high was 158.879. We made a lower high the next day, and we closed lower on the 11th. Again, lower on Tuesday the 12th. So until that high was broken, which wasn't until all the way over here to the 1st of December, we had a market top in. Same thing will play out here. This is why I follow the markets one day at a time. One day at a time, the markets tell a story. All right. One day at a time, you can keep yourself out of trouble. And one day at a time, you can get yourself back into a market before a huge move takes place. So, right now we have a top in the market. It can change in 2 hours. It can change in 2 days. It can change in the next 5 minutes. But right now we have a top in, and it was put in yesterday. So until that is taken out, we have a top in this Aerodrome market. And 170.16 is the resistance level. We still have our eyes, though, on the next target above the market. We want to see hit. It should be in play. 181. That is a very important level. And obviously, if that gets hit, we'll be taking out the highs, and we'll be taking out the 1716 level. 1623 was hit. Obviously, 1716 was hit. But we still got our eyes up there at 1810. Going back to the Bitcoin dominance chart, obviously dropping. You can see Bitcoin has been correcting slightly sideways, not too deep of a correction, but we're still struggling at my level of 96, 626, 83. If you remember back in here when the pennant was breaking out and we said, look, here's my target. We had a couple days closing above, turning into support, resistance. Yesterday closed below it. Today, very, very quiet. Keep your eyes on a break, making a new market lower low. That would be quite bearish. And then, obviously, if we do something like this, we have our eyes up there at 130,000. But right now, it's having a little bit of a struggle at 96, 626, 83. Is the top in? Obviously, time will tell. Something that has been leaning more towards that way, not that I want to see a market top, is one, we got really close to 100 grand. Two, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance start to drop and altcoins pop off. That usually, as far as I understand and I have seen in the past, comes in, once Bitcoin has already made its run. But again, we could put in a lower low, consolidate for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then Bitcoin could take off again and go on a whole nother run. That's possible as well. Guys, let's take a step back to the Aerodrome finance chart. So again, let's keep our eyes on the highs from yesterday. Let's keep our eyes on 1716. We want to see a break above both of those. That would be quite bullish. A close would even be better. We have higher highs. We have higher lows in this market. Higher lows. We have higher highs taking place. Took out this very important high we were talking about a couple days ago. If we take a zoom out here on the chart, I understand the chart's very busy. There's a lot of price levels. I get it. Probably looks odd to most people. But, all these levels down here, they're important, but they're not in play. But I don't want to get rid of them on the chart. Next set of major levels is right up in here in like the 186. This is where the market topped out again. So let's take a quick look here and see how far Aerodrome has run since really the original breakout, which was down here in the 60-61 cent level and started on the 12th and followed through on the 13th of September. So let's take a measurement from down there. Some of you have been around since those days. Let's see here. So where we're currently trading 167%, guys, since September. Looks like we basically topped out yesterday, 180, so another 20% or so to the upside. But I mean, Aerodrome Finance up 166, 67% since the breakout there. Pretty incredible move. Pretty incredible move, guys. Big break here above this resistance line. We had the fake out take place, and then we had the confirmation on the 13th of September, and it's been nothing but just about up ever since then. We've been covering this since then. Some of the OGs know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, got to wrap it up. You have a great day. Thanks for watching. Of course, not financial advice. If you were not yet subscribed, go ahead and join us. All links down below. Discord will be out soon. Just trying to wrap up some of the final things there so it runs as smooth as I can get it to run anyways. And then we'll launch it and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Thanks.